Hello everyone, Lord.agion here of another Company Heroes 2 replay. This one's actually one of my own. I just played the game, had a good time playing it. Wasn't doing too terribly good in the beginning, but I had a good amount of time using... I love the encirclement doctrine. I just love close the pocket. I use that thing an absurd amount this game. And really helped out my teammates. Not exactly helped out me, but you'll see once I would get to that point. I usually play very differently, pretty much non-meta. Yeah, I think the proper term is for playing Veramok. I usually go for a double MG, then a second Pioneer to early Panzer Grenadiers and Scout Cars. I like getting my I love using Panzer Grenadiers. I'm not exactly a fan of using Grenadiers. I want something a bit more aggressive. That's also durable, unlike conscripts. And actually can fight. But I probably should introduce my teammates. Over here we have Haba Bishat had a bed itch. I'm not sure. And also here we have Applewater. As the yellow USF player, we have KMT Sorcerer, we have Real FVX, I don't know what it's called, Real VFX, and we got Black Dawn. I just realized there's actually two of them over here. I only remember seeing one of them over here this entire game. Oh wait, I didn't see them because now I see this rifleman actually going back over here, seeing my teammates doing double team over here. But I usually go for, I'm going to try to focus more on like how I was playing, but of course I'll cover my teammates as possible. I was pretty much a 1v1 over here this entire, no, the entire game. I don't think the other twos actually ever stepped foot in this area. Yep, I went for a double MG opener. Try to force this rifleman out. I ordered this MG to engage. Of course, they're in that little corner behind the chimney that he cannot engage that. But luckily, it's the same thing over there. This MG, I probably should have centered this building, not focused on this building. But I experienced some bad, I would call it a bug, because look, the riflemen are there. My MG is engaged, setting up, but my MG just refused to fire. Look, it just refused to fire. So I tried to withdraw, went out this window. This rifleman does manage to pick it off, and I lose an MG. Probably should just let it die in the building. But I got hit by that stupid bug, or I'm not sure it's a bug or just unlucky. I'm not exactly sure what exactly happened. Perhaps he couldn't train the gun low enough? Perhaps? I'm not exactly sure. I lost that MG very stupidly. I put my other MG in this building, went ahead and moved my Pioneers to capture the munitions, because I was thinking, because my current lineup I had Ostrupen, of course I didn't go for that. If I would have gone for that, I would have done it earlier. Encirclement or Luftwaffe. So munitions is actually more important to me, while fuel is more important to my allies. So I try to not use as much munitions as possible so I can use these powerful support abilities. Let's see, I'll cover over here. Not exactly sure what exactly happened over here because I was so focused in that other sector. It looks like we do got a wasp. That's how I was trying to think. I was keep on trying to say firefly, but nope, it's a wasp. Couple Volksgrenadiers, riflemen pushing very aggressively, pushing with the Volksgrenadier. This medical HQ does actually help me occasionally for when I decide to move towards center area. Riflemen trying to go back, but they're sustaining fire on their fallback. This wasp actually is very effective. My allies have not gotten a Vickenwerfer yet, I don't believe. No Vickenwerfer, they're just, this Shrek just got upgraded. Over here, I do got my first scout car out, and my second scout car is actually moving up to the field. I only go for 2 scout cars. Anything more is just using a lot of fuel. Does force away the MG that he captured away. I went ahead and started engaging this rear echelon. Allies getting torched. The Vickers could have moved up into this building, I would say. This building is so much nicer, seeing it's actually going to shoot the front line. And yep, here we've got my 2 scout cars. It's got this rifleman in here. It's honestly really bad spot for him because there's only one window. Wait, I don't think he can actually yeah, you can shoot out that window. And these riflemen were really stacked up. They were taking maximum splash damage. He's lucky that he didn't lose a squad there. And with these 2 squad of scout cars, I have quite a bit of control over the sector for here, for now at least. It does have quite a number of riflemen, though, and I have, at the time, yeah, he has 3 riflemen, and of course my MG, and of course the captain. Versus what my current standing infantry, I'm just now getting a Panzer Grenadier. I like to have build my 2 engineers early, well, pioneers, to make sure I have that repair capability, have some capturing capability. Riflemen are heading over here. Go ahead and start coming over here. Do got a nice incendiary, burning some riflemen. Storm Pioneer, that is a decent building for a Storm Pioneer. Needs to get behind the cover, yeah, there you go. Though the cover is about ready to get destroyed. Apparently that must have been the Wasp, because I don't see any other vehicles on the map for him. Over here, I noticed this. This is actually a big part. I noticed that he's laying down landmine. I didn't remember what possible doctrines they were going for, but in the back of my mind, I see landmines there. I have to be careful. And of course, these scout cars engaging. Well, that's not very fascinating. A couple armored vehicles just laying into infantry. You got this forward ambulance here. That's very nice. Rifleman got a grenade. Looks like it's incendiary into the building. I'm not a grenade happy person. For me, I tend not to use grenades unless I see a good opportunity. I rather duke it out and save my munitions because I love my support abilities. Over here, now this is when I notice there's a captain. Did I lose one of my... Yeah, I did lose one of my scout cars. It was a really, really bad pathing. Told it the reverse move, but decided to spin around in circles, try to reverse like this for some odd reason. I saw that dotted line, and it was like, what's going on? Come to Heroes 2 pathing in a nutshell. Have these Panzer Grenadiers. I do have a second squad of Panzer Grenadiers out. The captain's moving forward. I was focusing him down because he can probably give me the most amount of experience. There's no grenades on this squad. I just retreated back. Luckily, that's actually a pretty good retreat route. It's harder for riflemen to shoot, but of course, then they follows forward. So, it probably would have been better here, but it kept them at range, making reduced accuracy. So, it could be either way. Why would they retreat that way? It would be fast to go like this instead of like that. Bad thing in a nutshell. Go back over here. We do got 2 legs, one from each player. Oh yeah, I also went for a pass tier 4, battle phase 3. I skipped battle and going straight for the heavy armor. But we do got the Volksgrenadier. There's a lot of riflemen laying into them. Do got a grenade here. That's a very nice grenade, preemptive, but it was not far enough to get behind the cover. Nice rifleman, get in here. Why did he retreat all those units? I think he... Sometimes if I click one... I tried to click a unit by going like this instead of clicking on it, and I click the wrong... And then I do a group retreat. That may be what has happened. Got a steward here. Wait, what? Does this skin add in a little... I don't remember that little plating to be there. That's not good. He lost the infantry unit, probably a rifleman. Over here I got my 2 Panzer Grenadiers starting to move forward. But yeah, I don't remember seeing that little lift, that little like armored skirt on the Stuart before. Nice amount of Shreks. I really wish that May balance preview would come in, because I like the changes to OKW. You get actual infantry fighting capability, less EXP bleed to them, and there's no Shrek spam by Volk's Grenadiers. I really wish that May balance preview comes out. It fixes a lot of problems that both will make you more aggressive versus anti-infantry and less aggressive versus, it makes vehicles actually something. Plus, Panzer Shreks and bazookas and Piats included will only do max 16 damage upon direct hit, which it's so nice. That would be very nice so entire squads, you don't lose like 3 men to a random bazooka, RP, or a Panzer Shrek shot. Trust me, that happens quite a bit at close range. I've done it, they've done it. I don't like that.
Supply half-track is in action. Standing by for setting of command.
Let's see now. Oh, yep, I just now built my bunker for medics. I held these squads back. The squad's very low, and I need to have the squads together to be fighting, because these squads going to be fired together. I can't be streaming in one by one. Those grenade, I go ahead and withdraw. Man, those grenades are actually doing a lot of damage to the building itself. I noticed this building was on low health. I didn't realize that the grenades themselves were doing all that damage. I thought stone buildings were much more resilient. Oh, that's very close. I see the Storm Pioneers right next to that AT mine. And he does not have the Minesweeper upgrade. I always buy the Minesweeper upgrades on my Storm Pioneers. I like having the ability to still maintain its DPS, faster repair rate, and the ability to sweep mines. While in same DPS, you can always put that Minesweeper away. This is when I started noticing he's starting to camp up that area. That's when I started thinking encirclement doctrine can be pretty good. At this time, I did start getting the Panzerwerfer. I don't have much AT at the moment, but seeing how he was going for AT for first landmines, that gave me suspect for the Pershing, and then seeing the Grangers, then I knew he was going to go for the Pershing. So I realized he's probably going to save up some additional fuel just so he can get his heavy tank out soon. And plus, we've been in the early game, we actually maintained both the fuels for a bit of time, so they're a bit low behind on fuel. So I figured I can gamble. I can go without AT gun for a moment. But seeing how this bazooka fell, gave me a free bazooka. After engaging, I went ahead and pulled a 2-man back. Of course, I'm going to start retreating that one. And this one, I decided to also get up. After getting the one bazooka, I went ahead and got a Panzer Shrek on him. Cheaper than buying both bazookas. Only have to pay 60 munitions for a Panzer Shrek. Another thing I like about this May balance preview, now nobody could just go, oh, save up all the fuel for the King Tiger. Who needs getting out medium tanks? Now that you have Panzer Shreks less available, now you have to get medium tanks. You can't just go, oh, all in the King. At this time I do have the Panzerwerfer out. The scout car is moving forward. I noticed there's no level of veterancy on oh, now I did. I remember seeing veterancy on this, so I was always keeping an eye on the scout car because he could pop incendiary bullets at any time. So I went ahead and pulled it back. He was down like My unit was down to half health. I was afraid for this new roll to instantly wipe it without reaction. Two Fallschirmjägers, nice flank on the Rangers. Rangers probably going to throw a grenade. Nope. Apparently they had a Vickers. Why would he get a? I guess the Vickers was to use up their last weapon slot while the Thompsons take up 4 of the weapons. You can get the 5th guy equipped to the Vickers. Honestly, it's a hard decision where to... Oh, squad wipe. It's hard to decision whether you should focus the HQ or the mortar pit. The mortar pit can fight, but the HQ is what's making the protecting units stay in longer. So I honestly would have focused on the HQ first, since that would have removed the presence of the infantry. I did not notice that there was an AT mine here. My pioneers, the mine detectors, weren't around here, but luckily that guy only lost 1 guy. I don't think I've fired my... Oh yes, I have fired my Panzerwerfer. Got 6 kills. Oh, I missed it. They were engaged in this MG. I suppressed like 2 of the squads. The 3rd squad fired like a smoke. They were trying to go in. Fired my Panzerwerfer. It pretty much forced them away. Vet 2, Vet 1. It looks like this fight over here was going back and forth, such as the fight over here was going back and forth for the fuel point, though he had this area pretty well secure with my MG and hit this fighting position. Once I found out there was a fighting position there, I went ahead and had my scout car engage the MG and had my bazooka / Panzerstrike go in for the hit on the fighting position. And this is when I wasn't really paying attention, and boom, incendiary rounds. 1 burst and he was down. But I did get the fighting position. Overall, probably went to his favor, but the fighting position was very annoying to remove. Over here looks like my teammates are engaging once again. Fallschirmjägers are trying to fight out. Looks Panzer IV gets probably a Panzerstrike, then a rifle grenade. Over here, I have my Panzer Grenadiers engaging. I had them attack the Rangers, prevent them from getting close. The riflemen were firing away. He throws a grenade. I tried to dodge forward, but the grenade was... Though the numbers was right there, the grenade was actually right there. It was a good dodge. I had to fall back. He had to fall back from his Rangers. Over here looks like my teammates are once again engaging. This area is way too clumped up. These buildings are way too close together. Reinforcements get caught on each other. When your units be clumped up when falling back so easily. These Fallschirmjägers, they're very low in health. They have to fall back. And this area is very contested. And when I was starting to notice this, when I was grazing over there to see how they're doing, and I noticed, ooh, perfect for close the pocket. I'm 2 CP away from getting close the pocket. I do have plenty of munitions stored up, saving up, deciding whether I should go for Luftwaffe supply or encirclement. Encirclement sounds so tempting. For encirclement to work, of course, I will need to control the fuel. This point, not so hard with stormtroopers. This point is a bit tricky, but luckily they have not invested to a single cache. However, I did give my teammates 2 fuel caches, and of course myself. It's more for my teammates. I would go for munitions caches if I was in 1v1 and going for encirclement. When I fired the Panzerwerfer, it was a pretty big miss. So my team was doing fine on fuel, even if we don't control one of them. Actually, the fuel, as you can see, is 29 to 28, and in fact, we don't have fuel while they do.
We're losing a capture point.
So we were doing fine in fuel. So taking and getting tanks out was not going to be lagged behind. At this point, I started signing out my pioneers, start ready for cutting off, seeing which areas have a cache, and luckily, this left side has not built a single cache. This left side did not build a single cache this game. I know, remember there was a cache here. But seeing how there was no cache here and no cache here, I could just cut this off. And if you look on the minimap, if I increase the size, I need to hit this, this, and this, these 3 points, if you look on the map, in order to get close a pocket in that area. Or here, here, and the fuel point. Got my Panzerschreck team decapping. I chose encirclement, but I realized I only have about half a CP left, and I figured I can get that soon. But I was already engaging with the of close the pocket before I actually had it, so it was actually a bit too early on my part. But seeing I didn't have any indicators of stormtroopers or sprint, I was able to keep that hidden, even though it was way too early. Over here we do got the engagement. We do got yellow team's Pershing. So the enemy team will have up to 2 Pershings and a crocodile. There we go. I was trying to say Firefly once again. So they will have 3 heavy tank columns. Though technically, it's Churchill's an infantry support tank, but either way, there goes another Fallschirmjäger. And boom, I have 12 CP. I went ahead and notice this still capped up. I have 12 CP. I'm going to be lining up. I have 2 Panzer Grenadiers here. I went ahead and fired my Panzerwerfer from this area. Complete miss. Oh, no, wait, it wasn't a complete miss. I pinned down 2 squads, so he just did a mass retreat, initiate, break the supply, and instantly when this hits, close the pocket. Over here, he has not realized it just yet. Close the pocket has been initiated. He does now realize it. He does mass retreat. I close the pockets, raining down here. It says oh, it said close the pocket active and light mortar. It says apparently it does both of them apparently. But it forces this enemy team to fall back. Destroyed one of the mortar emplacement and destroyed the forward HQ. It forced them back. But it didn't really. It did do quite a bit of damage if you notice the number of units left. It was more for the force them back, and losing all that ground allowed my teammates to go forward and capture up. They were a bit slow in the capturing up. I did tell them I closed the pocket.
The capture point is being overrun.
But I don't. They didn't really go in as soon as possible. But they will reclaim the CP. They will reclaim the fuel. Give us that advantage. Dude, I did get a Panther tank out, and I'm getting a second one along the way. Jeez. If you ever see anybody going with the Luftwaffe ground doctrine, the one with the Fallschirmjägers, they will be going for a King Tiger. Because they spam out Volksschrecks and Fallschirmjägers. They want to get their King Tiger. Does manage to lose that Panzer IV. I did get my second Panther out. And I have enough munitions to break supply and close the pocket again. That's something else to note. And they have not recaptured this territory. I think at this time, once this unit gets here, I think he has spawned some stormtroopers that garrison them in there and start picking away. There we go. I actually decided... No, wait, I was going to use these stormtroopers to decap there. Or scout out for a cache. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was scouting out for a cache. Because break supply will not destroy the cache. And will not decap it. Notice the Sherman tank, I went in with my two... So I had a... So I went in with my two Panthers. I was going to forget what I was going to say. My two Panthers should be able... They will destroy the Sherman tank. I think. Honestly got it away. I noticed this rifleman started pulling back. I think I de-garrisoned that structure and went ahead and decapped that area. Yes, I just did it now. If you look at the mini-map, went ahead and destroyed the what's it called? The Sherman. I went ahead and started to focus trying to hit this thing, and I was going for the breakthrough doctrine, but I couldn't get it. I went ahead and fall back. This area is decapped. Close the pocket once again. Does get a rifle anti-tank rifle grenades, does snare the vehicle, and to fully capture that, so it takes even longer. And as you can see, another close the pocket over here. I did lose that Panther. I saved the other one. I fell back with the stormtroopers. It does get saved, but they haven't realized that. Oh crap! There's another close the pocket. Boom. They do manage to recapture the area. He actually put the major retreat point there.
Tank destroyer is ready for orders.
I don't know what the enemies were saying, but they must be very shaken at getting hit by two close the pockets. When I put my pioneers up here to decap, mainly for scouting. At this point, I've been focusing a lot of my resources to support my allies and not really focusing to take on this area. Having a Panther or two Panthers, I haven't really been using this Panzerwerfer for a lot of times. I fired. I wonder. Pretty sure I fired it right around here. Yes, I did. Does force them back to get the fuel once again. Perhaps getting munitions would have been a better idea for the Fallschirmjäger guys. We can call them more Fallschirmjägers. My other teammate, yeah, both of them went for Fallschirmjägers apparently. Perhaps munitions would have been a bit better for the long run, but the fuel did enable them to get one of the guys out, get the Panzer IV early, if I remember correctly. Went ahead and have I can always keep my stormtroopers together. I want to keep them in groups of two. It allows them to annihilate any single target, fight effectively versus any group targets. The stormtrooper is Panzer Grenadiers, not stormtroopers. My stormtrooper is going over here to decap once again, just to see if first off, see if there's a cache there. Second off, of course, just to be ready for another close the pocket. I actually. I'm such an asshole. I have, with break supply, I need 280 to go along close the pocket. I initiate a break supply when I still just about already have enough. Decap that. Fully cap that. The enemies are engaging over here. And getting hit by third close the pocket. It won't be as effective as in comparison as the other close pockets, because he will decap and recapture. No, he didn't recapture that. He just said, "Screw you, allies." His major's going over here to capture. I had this Panzer Grenadiers on an intercept course to this area, just trying to maintain it. Then I realized, oh crap, there's a crocodile. but getting hit by another close pocket, destroying the Jackson. I did lose something. Oh, I lost my Vet 3 Panzergrenadiers and my Stormtroopers, which is a bit of a shame, but nailing these two guys over and over again with close the pocket, now they're forced to deploy here and not have like a forward retreat up here. Oh man, I could have sworn there was buildings here before. Whoops. At this point I realize I can't really... I've been spending so much resources trying to support my allies through the use of Close the Pocket. I can't really contest over here, so I decide around this time to start fortifying the center VP, because center VP, look, when I decided to fortify up here, I noticed how pristine it looked. I don't even see anything that looks like there's been a gunfight. Right here, I try to back up, try to protect my MG from getting hit by grenades. Try to crush some of them. Now I see this Pershing engage with my two Panthers. I have a nice engagement going straight to the rear armor. First, this shot missed. It's sort of a shame. He fires a smoke barrage. I'm surprised it actually came so fast. Usually I remember it coming so slowly. Over here, since I remember seeing he has access to AT mines, I did not want to follow the Pershing, thinking I'm being what's it called, being baited into AT mines. Luckily that Jackson shot missed. I went ahead and killed the Jackson. Noticed this was abandoned. I went ahead and retreat this one and went ahead and attack that. And get rid of that and start retreat both of them. It's just the fact that he has access to AT mines, which apparently he doesn't have any of them built. So better safe than sorry in my opinion. So killing a Jackson for pretty much minimal losses. Very nice, in my part. Both these tanks are very low in health. The Churchill Crocodile is so low in health, but he retreats back. Looks like another Fallschirmjäger drop. Yeah. Looks like I haven't just realized yet I should probably focus more defending up mid, get it fortified, because there's just nothing in mid. There's absolutely nothing. There's been no engagements, no... nothing. The King Tiger shot. Do got the Panzerfaust coming in exact moment after the King Tiger shot. I think he even queued it up before it even got fired. The King Tiger. So that's a very nice sequence of actions. Holy crap! 5 Fallschirmjägers, which holy crap! It's not every day you actually see a Vet 4 and Vet 5 Fallschirmjäger. But I suppose they did have quite a bit there to pick from. Losing a Fallschirmjäger, not very good. Something to note, I do have enough for another Close the Pocket, but not enough for break supply. So I was just trying, while the Green American is fortifying up and probing where am I going, I decided to fortify my center, regather, perhaps get ready for another Close the Pocket if necessary. Does this guy have a King? Nope, just has a Panther. And I sort of like that. King Tigers are a bit more of a liability, my personal belief. They're just so slow. They're just too slow for my liking. Panthers, they're fast and mobile and able and have a decent gun. Though they're not very good against infantry, they are still quite effective. Just get the pencil mount. You can slowly whittle away infantry. Not very effectively, but you can slowly will them away without worry about anything really hurting them. Teammates getting roasted. quite a bit of craters over here. On my side, there was not really... Oh yeah, now I remember. I was thinking because of the I was going to say because there's such a big firefight, but it's more because of close the pocket plus the tanks. This Panther has its rear armor facing forward, well, behind. Of course, the Panther's going to have their rear armor facing behind them. I love using the Churchill Crocodile. I believe it is actually in a good spot. Before it was way overpowered when British first released, but I say it's in a very good spot at the moment. I was being attacked over here. I went ahead to my Panzerwerfer over here. Then I noticed this is Churchill Crocodile. I'll engage with my two Panthers. The first time actually my armor engaged his armor this game. So notice this blob here, Blitz. I went ahead and started skimming off the numbers. Got quite a number of them by crushing them. One whole squad, almost got another couple squads. This Panther, I decided to fall back as soon as possible. Teammates are engaging. Holy crap, my game's actually lagging up quite a bit more than actual when I was actually playing it. But we managed to kill that Comet. Lost the drivetrain. I went ahead and I think at the time I decided to reverse back to the mech HQs into my Pioneers. Went in and got a broom bar. Broom bars are very effective versus... I know there's a lot of blobbing, so I decided broom bar. This Panther is very low in health, could get taken out by bazookas. Bounce. Bazooka's not very effective versus the frontal armor of a Panther. Bounce. Look how many pounces. Bounce. Oh, the fly got that. No wonder. And my Panther lives. How? I don't know. It's one of the few times I actually believe RNG was finally on my side. Or luck. I usually call it luck. RNG is... Yeah, other people have been convincing me to say that by them saying it themselves. This broom bar will force away blobs. I love broom bars. It is probably my favorite tank in the game. They're effective versus even some medium tanks, such as the T-34 76. Not exactly versus the 85. They're also effective against standard Shermans. And actually decent versus Churchills. Not very effective versus Cromwells because they're maneuverable, but Churchills are nice and slow, so they can get hits and get a nice lot of stun hits. And I've been saving up munitions once again. I don't really go for, even just these pinto mounts cost 50 munitions. Say if I would have got that in my total of like all my other tanks, that would be basically another like 200 munitions throughout the game. Whenever the Panzerwerfer barrage, my teammates are pretty much. I still have to fall back and repair up pretty much all my tanks. I don't have any frontline infantry up here. They're coming in. This is a very, very bad call-in for the concentrated fire operation. It should have been called around the HQ sectors. A lot of blobbing going up over here. I don't really have much to engage. I have Panthers. My broom bar is being repaired. My infantry is just now arriving. This captain's trying to go in, trying to hit my Panzerwerfer, in fact. Does manage to get a hit, but he only had one bazooka equipped, if you notice that bar. And, of course, with the broom bar and my infantry there, does manage to get the kill on the captain squad. Big engagement here, a lot of infantry. Somehow he actually is building Bofors on the front line. I'm actually surprised he's actually building this quickly. I think it's because of the 5-man squad. And I'm getting a second broom bar, though I need to lose one more man before I can actually get it. My Panthers...
The enemy have destroyed a forward emplacement.
One of them's fully repaired, the other one's damaged. Oh, yeah. Pioneer here, decap. Break the supply, decap. Close the pocket here. Who would close the pocket all of a sudden right here? It's going to hurt. Watch. Boom. He lost like 3 or 4 squads there. GG. That would be the British player. Close the pocket.
We've lost an anti-tank gun.
Here comes another. I said to all, gotta love close the pocket. Didn't get any replies. But losing the entire force, forcing an enemy to quit out. This area's decapped. I wish my allies had not decapped that to allow close the cloth pocket, maybe get one more barrage, but close the pocket is on cooldown now. That's interesting. Smoke barrage. Panther comes forward and gets the kill on that Pershing. My Panther's going forward, plus the burn bar. Another Jackson down. The other Pershing is good as gone. I'm rushing with my Panthers. 2 Panthers going in. One's Vet 3, the other one's Vet 2. The Pershing does go down, but so does one of my Panthers. I say that's a worth. My second burn bar is now on the field. The other team just surrenders. I love close the pocket. I don't praise myself to be an absolute brilliant, great player, though actually, if I would take a quick look, I actually do have. I'm currently rank 12 in Wehrmacht on 3v3s with randoms. If I were to just to pull up the window right here, I'm currently rank 3 in for Wehrmacht, so I'm actually quite proud of that. I have been up to rank 6, then I didn't play, got some bad runs, so I was sort of sent down to around 15. But I'm happy with my rank in with Wehrmacht. And I go for meta strategies is the best way to describe it. Going for close the pocket. If you look at my layout, I had Ostrupen, close the pocket. Those are pretty encirclement, those are pretty uncommon for 3v3s, but this is a replay I very enjoyed myself. Close the pocket, I love it. This is Lord.agion saying thank you for watching and signing off.